So yeah, it's very obvious that electronic transposition is a term now associated with incompetence. So in certain music circles, there's a fine line between those who transpose and those who do not. Those who transpose are looked down on, whilst those who do not are looked up to. So those who do not transpose are respected, whilst those who do are stigmatized. So yeah, you hear certain comments like, "Oh, this guy is good on keys, but he transposes." Yeah, most musicians pass those comments. So there are instances also where a musician asks you whether you transpose or not, and then you are very quick to say no, or you find it as an insolence. You later discover after watching this video that we are all involved in the art of transposition. So then, if transposition is bad, then we are all guilty of this sin. So stick with me to the end, and then let's actually break down what transposition is. This is the full concept of it. So yeah, 95% of those who use the word transposition, they often limit it to the process of electronically altering the pitches of a keyboard using the plus 12 and minus 12 functionality. Yeah, but however, that's not the actual meaning of transposition. So let's get to the definition of it. So transposition means transfer of position. So it's something we actively do. If you can transfer a note, a chord progression, an interval, or even a song from one key to another, then you are practicing the act of transposition. So yeah, it's something we actively do in music. So yeah, after all, transposition is not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just a musical term. If it wasn't for the fact that we had to transfer chords, chord progressions, licks, runs, or arrangements from one key to another, then the concept of transposition wouldn't exist. Yeah, it wouldn't exist, because transposition is basically transferring the position of a chord or whatever from one key to another. So let me give you some instances where you have to apply transposition. So let's take scenario 1. So imagine you've rehearsed with an artist or a singer in the key of E, and then getting to 10 minutes to the performance, the artist whispers to you, and he or she will be like, "Hey, my voice is gone bad. Can we bring the key down?" So right now, what happens is that you have to transfer whatever you've learnt in E to E flat. That is after a little debate with him or her. So then, in that instance, you have to transpose, and of course, you have to transpose using the mental approach. We have a mental transposition and electronic transposition. Yeah, so here comes scenario 2. This goes to the jazz musicians. When you are given a piece in B flat, let's say in the key of like B flat, and you are requested to play it in the key of C. In that case, transposition from B flat to C is inevitable. You have to transpose every arrangement from B flat to C. So now let's talk about the first one, the mental transposition, right? So this refers to the transfer of notes, chords, chord progressions, intervals from one key to another. This is done mentally, or it's done without using the transpose button. So then one thing you have to know is that you need a knowledge of learning all the 12 keys. So one thing about the keyboard is that it's made up of 12 notes, right? So the major scale for each of the 12 notes are different. They all have different shapes. So you need, first of all, you need knowledge of all the 12 major scales. So now let's take one example. I'm in the key of C, and then one thing, let me show you some 2 steps on how to transpose. We have the scale knowledge and the interval knowledge. So I'm going to first talk about the scale knowledge. So let's take the key of C, right? And with the key of C, I just took this simple C major triad. So the notes are C, E, G, and then I'm being asked to transpose it to, let's say, C sharp. So first of all, one thing I need to know is, the first step is to find the scale degree or the number system. So I'm in the key of C, right? And then C, so it makes C1, E3, G5. So then if I'm to transpose to, let's say, the key of C sharp, what I'll do is, with the same number system idea, I'll move it. I'll first of all find the number system of C sharp. So let's go. 1 is C sharp, E flat is 2, F is 3, F sharp is 4, G sharp is 5, A sharp is 6, C is 7. So then, if I want to, what was the number system for the C major triad? It was 135, right? So the 135 in the new position is C sharp, and then F, and then G sharp. So that's the second step. So first, when you find the scale degree, the second step is to transfer it to the new position. So now the notes become C sharp, F, and G sharp. So that's the new position. So then this brings me to the second step, which is the interval knowledge. So and this one is very interesting, so stick with me. So let's say the key of C, right? C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7. So let's say we are transposing it to the key of C sharp. First of all, what's the interval between C and C sharp? The interval it's a minor second. I'll do probably a lesson or another video about intervals very well. But let's take it. This is the relationship is a minor second. It's a minor second. So then, if I want to transpose what the C major scale to C sharp, what I'll do is, first of all, C is 1. In the key of C, C is 1. So then, what's the minor second of C? Remember, we are transposing to C sharp. So what's the interval? It's minor second. So C becomes C sharp. D, which is the 2 in C. What's the minor second? The minor second is D sharp. And then let's take 3 in C. What's the minor second? It's F. And now let's go to the 4, which is F. What's the minor second? F sharp. Then let's go to 5, G. What's the minor second? G sharp. A which is 6, becomes A sharp. Then B, which is 7, becomes C. So looking at this, we've already played it. So it's C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and C. So we can either use the interval knowledge or the scale knowledge to mentally transpose. So if you are not quite sure about the first example I gave, let me give you another example. So let's say I'm in the key of C, and I want to transpose to E flat. What's the interval between C and E flat? It's a minor third, right? So yes. So first of all, C is 1. So the minor third. I want to transpose to E flat. So it becomes the minor third of C. C is 1 in C. So then the minor third is E flat. And then let's go to the second degree, which is D. What's the minor third of D? It's F. Now let's go to the third one, E. What's the minor third of E? It's G. Let's go to 4, which is F. What is the minor third of F? It's G sharp. Let's go to 5, which is G. What's the minor third of G? B flat. Let's go to A. What's the minor third of A? C. Let's go to B. So right now, what's the minor third? So now you realize with the interval knowledge, we have transposed it. So now we have E flat, F, G, G sharp, A sharp, C, D. Yes. So that's the whole. You can use these two ideas to transpose mentally without using the transpose button. Okay, so now let's go to the second type of transposition, which is the electronic transposition. All right, so let's take a reference key like F. And then I'm being asked to transpose to G. So first of all, what's the distance between F and G? And I believe you all know most of you have been using the electronic transpositions for the beginners, those who don't know how to play no keys. So definitely this wouldn't be a struggle. So let's say F. What's the distance between F and G? First of all, because F is the reference key, we don't start counting from F. So it's 1, 2. So F sharp, G. And then one thing, ascending is moving from left to right, and descending is moving from right to left. And when you're moving from left to right, it's positive. When you're moving from right to left, it's negative. So since we and looking at F and G, F is at the left and then G is on the right. So we are moving this way, so it's positive, so it's +2. So instead of me mentally transposing everything from F to G, what I can simply do is just use the transpose button and then just hit +2. And then you don't need to worry about moving it mentally. F will sound as G. This is G. And now I've moved it mentally, so now it becomes. So you see. So then, if with this you ask, then why did they build the? Why should I first of all use a mental transposition whilst I can simply use the button? Well, I believe they created this button for certain situations, and I'm about to mention a few. So I'm about to give you some situations in which you have to use the transpose button. So after all, the electronic transposition is not bad. It's been abused, but it has its uses. In some extreme cases, in rare cases, you have to use the transpose button, because let me give you situation 1. So now situation 1, you are playing blues, right? Blues music, and then you are in the key of C. You know that your the flat 7 is very dominant. It's very important. So let's say you're playing a normal. So I'm playing C, E, B flat, and C. And then what happens if the B flat is not working? In this case, I'll have to transpose to a key in which its flat 7 functions. But still, I'll still sound in the key of C, but I've transposed electronically because I need the flat 7, so that even if I'm improvising, it will be much easier for me. Yeah. So that's situation 1. And then situation 2, that happens if maybe a key has a mechanical fault. It can be that a key is very hard. So because of that, you might have to transpose to a key in which that key doesn't really play an important role in it. So in that case, situation 2, in that case, you have to use the transpose button. And then this leads us to transpose, the situation 3. So situation 3 is actually a challenge. So let's say you're a master in C. Okay, you've mastered a C. You've mastered a song in C, and then maybe during your rehearsals you are playing alongside it, and it's in the key of C. Right now, I want you to challenge yourself. So take, let's say, C sharp and transpose electronically so that it can sound the same as the music, but play the same things that you were playing in C sharp. Do so when you perfect it. Do so in D. Do so in E flat, and do all the 12 keys. So situation 3 is actually a challenge in which you. So that I feel like, yeah, that's why they built the transpose button, so that you wouldn't really you wouldn't really feel like you're a champion playing in one key, playing a particular song in one key, because there are some instances where let's say you've learnt a song very well in A, and then they ask you to transpose it, because you haven't you wouldn't play it perfect in the other key because you've mastered it in one key. So one thing I can challenge you to do is take, if it's A, take that one, play whatever it's in the music. When you finish, use the transpose button to transpose to another key, and to like A flat, and then play the same thing with the same chords, runs, licks, arpeggios, whatever. Yeah, so that's situation 3. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. My name is Kojo Keys. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can also support me by subscribing to my channel so that I keep giving you lessons. Yes, so thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.